Hello and welcome everyone to our very first episode of SAP UI5 and Fiori on Business Application Studio and VS Code. So in this very episode, we are going to discuss the development tools that are needed for the development of our SAP Fiori based application. So let's understand it, the introduction part for us, and what are the properties and what are the things available which we can use for the development of UI5. So first we will understand these development tools, and then slowly and gradually we will move on to each and every portion of it. So understand the flow, how SAP came with this. So what you are going to see when SAP started, like in 2012, I can say when SAP started their journey with SAP UI5 for the very first time, the first development tool in the market was Eclipse development tool. Development tool. So when SAP started their journey with UI5 for the very first time, the very first development tool that they used for the development of UI5 was Eclipse development tools. So what is this Eclipse? Let's understand this. Let's understand this Eclipse. So Eclipse development tool is an open source tool, from the Eclipse Foundation. It is an open source tool from the Eclipse Foundation. And this particular tool, this tool have been heavily used, I should say here heavily, or we can call it predominantly for the Java development. From a long period of time, this tool have been used. So what we see here in 2014, SAP introduced a dedicated platform for the SAP UI5 development. So this was predominantly being used, which SAP also chose for the UI5 development. But over the period of time, SAP realized that if we are going to use other product only, they won't be able to make much profit. So SAP introduced a dedicated platform in 2015 for the SAP UI5 development, and they named this as Web IDE. Very important. Web Integrated Development Environment. This was given the name as Web IDE. This Web IDE was available in two different flavors. Understand the journey, it will eventually help you to understand the flow, how things are working. Journey is very crucial for understanding the process. So this was available in two different flavor. First was a part of SAP Cloud platform, not for free, SAP was charging. Second was, it was available as a personal edition, which can be installed on our local system as well. This was the one. But what SAP did around in 2021, SAP discontinued the Web IDE. So around in 2021 what SAP did was they discontinued it. And they came with a new thing here. So that's where our journey. So after SAP introduced, what they did, they introduced two different platforms again, which can be utilized for the SAP Fiori development. They introduced two different platforms which can be utilized for the SAP Fiori development. The very first one was called Business Application Studio, and the second one is VS Code. Business Application Studio and VS Code. Two things are available here as well, correct? What is Business Application Studio? So BAS tool is SAP proprietary proprietary yeah. So BAS tool is SAP proprietary and is available on SAP BTP platform, which we will see here in this course as well in detailed manner. Right now, just we are trying to have the overview of the SAP development tools for the development of SAP Fiori. Second, VS Code. So VS Code is not SAP proprietary, is not SAP proprietary, and it was introduced by Microsoft. This is a free open source tool by Microsoft, which can be typically used for the SAP UI5 development. That's the thing here. Yeah, correct. This is our journey. So this journey we can simply give like this way, from our Eclipse to Web ID and then to Business Application Studio or VS Code. This journey will take us to this part, our journey. So let's understand this VS Code. Let's understand this VS Code platform here, VS Code. Visual Studio Code, also known as Visual Studio Code. So I can simply write here VS Code stands for Visual Studio Code and is a free to or open source platform available for free uses for lifetime. Available for free uses for lifetime. This VS Code platform supports all kind of development. Development like Node.js. So I will say Java, Node.js, SAP UI5, Python, C, C++, and all. VS Code supports each and every kind of development. So this is a very popular tool among the development community. Lots of pros are there. So what are the things that we can do for the, if I talk about from SAP point of view, from our UI5 and Fiori development. So this is a free large ecosystem. Here, ecosystem of plugins and extensions. It consists of free large ecosystem of plugins and extension. This is used by the top companies across the globe. This is used by the top companies across the globe. Here, local installation works and code remains in our machine, which makes it faster. So in terms of pros, here local installation works and code remains in our machine, which is going to make it faster. This also works without the internet. So if you are not working on, let's say, what if we have not internet for some time, no issue. It will work without the internet connection as well. Very important benefit. Another pros, this tool is updated on a regular basis. This tool is updated on a regular basis, and for us, we can also connect this tool with our SAP system. Perhaps one of the most important feature for us as a developer point of view. Every tool has some pros and some cons as well. So since it is not SAP proprietary, most of the companies might force us to use BAS only, which is owned by SAP. It may not support, it may not support all specific SAP related development. Like HANA XSA, Mobile Development Kit. Here there is a little pain of setting up the tool, and the laptop of company policies. As some companies might not allow for other apps installation. This can be another problem. And you might will ask, go to the admin team for the permission as well. But this is a very powerful tool, right? In this training, we are going to go via both this tool, Business Application Studio and Visual Studio Code. So we will go and see how we are going to set up our VS Code. So let's start our journey from directly the same place. Set up VS Code. Let's do the setup of our Visual Studio Code. For this, we are required to follow or to have some prerequisites. First one is install Node.js in our laptop and must ensure that your Node version should be greater than equal to 20. I mean, go with the latest version here. You can simply open your Chrome browser and you can simply search it, Node.js download and install Node.js. You go there, there is the one, click on it. It is installing the latest node. Right now it's the 22.190. Get that one. It is being installed, so I'll install it and I'll open it. So setup done, finish. Next, I accept all the license agreement. I'll go for next. Okay, next, and do the installation. It will finish the installation of Node.js, doing the installation. So I'm gonna check. Yeah, it is doing the installation. It will be completed, right? Once this is done, so once this installation is done, we can go to our main steps. Main steps. These main steps includes so many of the things. Main steps. That's what we can do here. We can go with that. Step 1 here will be download the VS Code from Google. I will just show you all the entire steps. It is doing the installation. We shall wait for it. Meanwhile, I'm going for Google and I'm going for install VS Code. There is my Visual Studio code from visualstudio.com. I will directly go for the system installer. Since I'm working on Windows, I can take this one. Based on you, if you are working on Mac or any of them, you can take. I'm going for the Windows directly. So let's click on that. It has started the downloading of VS Code setup. Meanwhile, my Node.js has been successfully installed. So looks good. So we can directly go for the downloading of the VS Code now once this installation part is done. And you can directly come here in this section to download your VS Code part. Okay. Second thing is step 2. Once we install the VS Code, we will create a folder on our system where we will store our projects. What we are going to store there? We are going to store our projects. So we are going to store our projects there. So this will act like a workspace where we can store any number of our UI5 projects which we are going to develop. Okay. So let's open this. I will go for the download icon. I will go for the VS Code setup. Double click on that. I'll go for yes. The program does not support the version of Windows your computer is running. Okay. What's the issue? Let me check. This program does not support the version of Windows your computer is running. Looks good. What's the issue here? Okay. System installer I installed. Wait a second. Let me check. Download VS Code. I think there is some sort of issue. Let me come out. Go for the Windows. Yeah. Let me just open this one. What's the issue? Let's wait. It is getting downloaded. Okay, it's done. Now it's there. I will accept the agreement. I'll go for next. You select your destination where this is going to store this. Go for the next. VS Code. Yeah. Create a desktop icon as well. And I'll go for install and install. So setup is preparing to install the Visual Studio. And we are doing the installation. So once it is done, I will go for the finish, and you see my VS Code is ready. My VS Code is ready. So let's understand that first. I'm opening, and here I'm creating a main folder. Let's name it SAP UI5 and Fiori. This is going to be the folder where I'm going to store these things. So this folder, say I'm storing it here. Now I will open my VS Code and I'm going for it. Close this. I'll go for file and I'll go for open folder here. Click on this. I'll go to desktop. Here I have got my UI5 and Fiori. I will select this folder. There you see, yes, I trust. And this is my main workspace here. The same thing I said, create a folder on your system and where we are going to store our project, right? So once this is done, now for the testing, let's create a create a simple HTML5 application. Let's create one. Here I'm going to create a new folder. Let's name it basic folder. Inside it, I'm creating a new file with index.html. There I'm creating one, right? And now what you can do is you can simply start writing your code. So I'm going for my HTML. In the HTML, we mainly have the head and the header section here, head. And inside, I'll go for the body as well. You see, very simple. And I'm printing my very first one. Welcome to SAP UI5 and Fiori journey. There is the one I created. This is my main workspace. Inside it, my project one is basic folder. And I'm creating my index.html. We will discuss each and everything, don't worry. Just a setup in this episode we are discussing here. Now for executing it, I need to set up the server. So step 4 here. Step 4, for testing our applications, we are required to set up our testing tool or server here. So you go for the extension section and you search for live server. You simply go for the extension server section and you search for the live server here. There is my live server. I will do the installation of it because I want to use it. Trust the publisher and install it. This live server launch a development local server with live reload feature of static and dynamic pages. All the pages we are going to develop, we can directly test it with the help of this live server. You see, it has been properly installed. So we will install this server and then we will simply test our application. So I'll go back to app, close this, and I'll right click on index and I will go for open with live server. I will allow. You see, server is starting to a port and I will click on it. You can check, see here, and it is opening here my port. You see my basic folder / index.html and whatever text we have written. Welcome to SAP UI5 and Fiori journey. Everything we are able to see it. And then we can test our application. Perfect. So this is the setup of our VS Code, and this is our very first part of our development tools introduction for SAP UI5 and Fiori. So thank you very much for subscribing it, and we will see each and everything in the detailed part from the upcoming time. So I will see you in the next episode. Till then, enjoy the learning. Bye bye.